What's poppin' YouTube, and welcome to my channel, Astro Finesse. It's your boy Lil Finesse, the Jiggy Hippie, back with another video for y'all. And before I even start, gotta give y'all a shout out because the subscriber count, that shit growing low key, but I be peeping y'all. So appreciate you if you subscribed. If you haven't, go ahead and handle that one time. Appreciate you. So yes, I'm gonna be talking about the Sagittarius right now. So let's get right into it. Without further ado, let's get it poppin', shall we? Now, before I start every video, as y'all should know by now, that astrology and life and the human body, human characteristics, all tie in together. So let me start off with the human body parts, basically. So we got the Aries, which is ruled by the head. We got the Taurus, which is ruled by the throat. The Gemini ruled by the dualities like the shoulders, the hands, the fingers on each side, the lungs. We got the Cancer, which is for the men, the chest; for the woman, the breast; for the men, the stomach; and for the woman, the womb, the nurturing parts of the human body. We had Leo, which is ruled by the heart of a lion. Leo is ruled by the lion. We got the Virgo, which is ruled by the small intestines, the large intestines, and the pancreas. We got the Libra, which is ruled by the butt. Scorpio is ruled by the genitals. Freaks of the zodiac love sex. You know how that go. And now Sagittarius is ruled by the hips and the thighs. Like, so the body parts are just going down like until we get to Pisces, which is the feet. So like understand that all that ties in for a reason. So now Sagittarius is ruled by the hips and the thighs. I'm gonna break that down as I move on. So let's move past that real quick. So the symbol that is the Sagittarius symbol is the arrow pointing upwards. And that represents, because Sagittarius people are very goal driven. So the arrow is pointing is like when they have a goal set, it's like once they set their mind on something and a goal, like they're going to hit that shit. Like the arrow represents like just hitting their mark, hitting their goal, like whatever they have set in their mind, they have all the confidence in themselves and they have all the luck to add on to it, which is I'm gonna explain that too. They have all the luck added onto that to get whatever they want, kind of thing. So Sagittarius is ruled by the planet of Jupiter. And the reason why they say like Sagittarius people are lucky, very lucky, so Jupiter is like the biggest planet in the solar system, in our solar system. Jupiter represents expansion, represents like higher knowledge, it represents like gift giving, represents being giving. It just represents like it's the luckiest planet. It's all about it's like all about receiving things and giving things away. So it's about expansion, knowledge. It's all about an inspiration to grow, to seek knowledge from experiences and from traveling. So anything foreign basically has to do with knowledge and expansion and traveling. And taking risks is Jupiter, and that's the luckiest planet. Jupiter is like the king of all gods, also represented by the king of all gods. So it's like the biggest planet and it represents all that. So it's it has the energy of luck also tied into it. So Sagittarius people really have a blessing. They could just live their life regularly and they take a lot of risks, like just do what they want, just live in life. And they can notice that like things happen to them out of the blue, unexpectedly, that always like they're always blessed somehow, like they always get blessings somehow. It's like they could take like major losses but then at the same time receive major gain, like randomly. Like, so Sagittarius people understand that you are very lucky as a person. Like your life, you're like kind of like protected by the energy of Jupiter, which is all about abundance, like the abundance of things, like expansion. The arrow points up, just like moving towards something, like expansion, like abundance. So you're always gonna have an abundance of something, whether it's like, I don't know, in the future, money, love, like just energy, just like you're always gonna have an abundance of something. So Sagittarius ruled by the planet Jupiter. So now the symbol or the animal or the creature that rules Sagittarius is called the centaur. That's something I have to research. It's like the half man, half horse, basically. So now this is like very important to understand that what the centaur is. Maybe I'm saying it wrong, my bad. But it's a half man, So the Sagittarius is a half, the symbol, I'm not saying them as a person, the symbol is a half man, which is like they have a need for philosophical information, like learning things through experiences, through the human experience basically. So they have a need for philosophy, like they're really into knowledge, like they're really into learning knowledge. Now Sagittarius is the exact opposite of Gemini. So remember, Gemini is on, if a sign is on the opposite of each other on the same axis, they're going to have similar characteristics. So Gemini is always, always ready and always curious to learn things, always ready and like willing to receive information from things. Gemini is always like, always quick to like learning and peeping things and getting information. The same way with Sagittarius, except Gemini kind of just like does it with everything and everybody and anything. Sagittarius really like pinpoint their energy and their attention to things that they can learn from, like where they can seek knowledge from. So the half man of them is a part that they like to seek knowledge through philosophies and like, through their own experience. And the bottom part, which is a half horse, is like their animalistic kind of qualities. But the half horse is where they get their need for travel from. Like back in the day, like the Western days, even if you play like Red Dead Redemption, that's like, that game is pretty poppin'. You see how like they got horses, they use horses to travel everywhere they go. Before they had cars, horses was like the main source for travel. So now the bottom half of Sagittarius is like the horse's leg, the horse. So Sagittarius people have a need. They really need to travel. And even if they don't have money to like travel around the world, like they're the type of people that will like, they'll like visit like 5 people in one day. Like they have a need to always change their like environment for some reason, because they want to always like, they always on a thirst for knowledge. Like they want to learn something from their life experience. So you're not going to learn nothing by sitting in the crib just doing the same thing. So they're always ready to travel and learn new experiences, and like adventurous, like go on adventures just to learn things. They're all about knowledge. So keep that in mind. Sagittarius is like the most spiritual fire sign. So I'm gonna get into this like in future videos, but I'll just talk about it just a little bit right now. The way that the zodiac wheel works, and how Aries is the baby, it starts off like the baby, and then Pisces is the last sign, is like the wisest sign. It's like the wheel works as in like, it's like our spirit like goes through the cycles of the human life, or life experience of a human person, like the life, and it goes, when it comes to Pisces, it goes back to like, it's about to get really deep, so I'm not trying to like lose y'all, but it goes back to the source, back to like the universe, back to divine source. That's why Pisces people are like really like connected to the divine source. They're like, they say they're daydreamers, so they dream a lot. It just means that their mind, they're just so connected to the other world besides like the human world, like the human experience. Now I'm gonna break that down in the future, so if you understand that, don't worry, I got y'all. But as we move from the zodiac circle, Aries being the baby is here to like learn about self. That's why it's so selfish and all about me. It's here to like, learn about self basically. And as we move on, right, Sagittarius is like, when it comes to the last 4 signs, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, it's like the last stage of the human experience, like the energy is last stage. So Sagittarius is the most spiritual fire sign. It's like the most spiritually in tune fire sign, the one that seeks the most knowledge when it comes to fire signs. So Sagittarius starts the journey for the end of the journey for the energy, basically. So Sagittarius starts the journey for the ending of the path that our spirit has to go through before it gets back to the divine, back to the higher power, back to the universe, back to where it came from. Because we are living the human experience. Our body is not spiritual. Our body is made from the earth, but what's inside of our body, our spirit, is what drives us. So as it goes through the wheel and it comes to Pisces, and Pisces is the most intuitive, most spiritually in tune sign, it goes back to where it came from basically. So we came from the cosmos, came to the human experience, and the astrology wheel is like basically like the path it takes. So Sagittarius is the most spiritual fire sign, because it's like the last 4 signs is like the last 4 stages that the spirit goes before it goes back to the divine. I know that was a lot. Understand, I'm gonna break it down even more in the future videos, but I just want to stress that Sagittarius people are very all about truth seeking. They seek the truth in things. They want to learn about everything and anything. When they're talking to you, they like genuinely care about what you say, how you express yourself, why you think what you think. Like they're really engaging. Like, so they want to talk to you, and they're very social, very extroverted, very extroverted. So they want to actually like use their characteristics to learn from people around them, basically. So they seek the truth in everything they do, and they're all about learning things. So keep that in mind when you're dealing with a Sagittarius person. Understand that they're studying you, and they're trying to like peep you to learn for themselves, for their own philosophical beliefs, for their own mental, for their own journey in life. Because their purpose in life is to seek the truth in things, and to learn about things through experiences, through traveling. This is why traveling is such a big thing, because when you travel somewhere you've never been to before, when you go on adventures, you don't know what to expect. So all you're gonna do is learn. Are you gonna learn new things, learn how people eat, learn how people talk? You're just gonna learn things. So that's all Sagittarius is about, learning shit. So keep that in mind. So to date the Sagittarius, understand that you can't be the type of person that stays in the crib all the time. Like, you have to be the type that's always also trying to learn. And if you can teach a Sagittarius person something, then they'll fuck with you heavy. Like, learning for them, like higher knowledge is so important to them. I'm keep stressing that, because Sagittarius people, they're so fine. Like, Sagittarius women are so fine. Like, on the outside, they are so fine. I can't even like they have a strikingly attractive face. Like, Scorpio has a sexually attractiveness to them. Sagittarius people have a strikingly attractiveness to them. And sometimes, like most of the time, their face are kind of long too, just like a horse's face, but their facial features are like strikingly attractive. Like, it forces you to like stare at them. Like, it makes you want to engage with them. And now I'm the type of person that likes to promote. I feel like women should want to be natural anyway. Like, they should feel comfortable in their natural state. But when Sagittarius people, and I noticed that a lot of them like makeup a lot. Like, a lot of Sagittarius people are really good with makeup. Once they wear makeup, bruh, it's like they're taking their strikingly attractive features and they're enhancing that to the max. So when a Sagittarius is wearing makeup, for some reason, it's like you just have to stare. So like, on the outside, they're very attractive. Sagittarius people are very attractive, but you'll soon find out, like, when you start talking to them, like, they're not all just like all looks. Like, they have brains. Like, they're very intelligent people, and they seek people that are smart, that seek knowledge like them. So to attract them, you should be the type of person that could like teach them something they never learned before, and they'll fuck with you forever. Like, basically. Also start off by being their friend too. Now I'm gonna name some Sagittarius people. I should have done this in the beginning, but I kind of forgot. Just so y'all could see the energies and to see like how they are as person. So we got Nicki Minaj. And now, without makeup, without all the ass shots, Nicki Minaj is fine as hell. Like, I'm talking just like envision all like the natural, strikingly attractive features of these people. So Nicki Minaj, we got Tiana Taylor, we got Janelle Monáe, we got Taylor Swift, and we got Tyra Banks. I believe Tyra Banks is also a Sagittarius. So now imagine their just strikingly attractiveness. They're just like all about, they're a fire sign, and they're also mutable. Immutable means like they can mingle and they can like change themselves, and they can basically any environment that they're in, they can just feel comfortable and blend in and be like, and still engage with people, and very communicative and very extroverted. So their energy is like very engaging. So like they're very like, it's kind of hard to be quiet around a Sagittarius, because when they come in, like, they're going to be very extroverted, very like the life of the party kind of thing, like that kind of energy. And then we got Jay-Z, we got DJ Khaled, we got Offset, and we got The Game, the rappers, and we got Jamie Foxx, DMX, and Jimi Hendrix. So those are Sagittarius energies. So now here comes the I kind of gassed y'all up a little bit, so I gotta be real now, because like all Sagittarius is they real as hell. So I got y'all up in the beginning. So now don't be mad. I'm about to be real. So just let me rock. If you're gonna date Sagittarius, you have to be prepared for they are brutally honest as people. So they seek the truth in everything they do. So when they see bullshit, there's something, they have like no filter kind of shit. Like they can't hold it back. They have to tell the truth, and it can be in a blunt way that they don't really think about how their words can affect your feelings kind of thing. So now let's go back. So like Sagittarius is the opposite of Gemini. You see how Gemini likes to talk all the time? Gemini is very communicative. Gemini is like ruled by Mercury, very intellectual, so very communicative. So some like a weakness Sagittarius people have, because they're connected to Gemini, and Gemini is all about talking. They can say something, just like something comes in their head, they're gonna say it, right? And all of a sudden they pause and they overthink it, and then they realize like, damn, like I shouldn't have said that, or maybe what I said kind of hurt, but it already came out already. They kind of have like no filter of like what comes up in their mind. Like they have to say the truth, and they just say it. So sometimes they realize after they say it, like, damn, like that shit was kind of bad, I guess. Like they kind of realize that like after it comes out, because of they're connected to Gemini. So Gemini is always about quick wit, quick talking, like very communicative. So if you want to date one, understand you gotta be prepared for them being brutally honest. And in their head, they're telling you things that you should know to help yourself. Like, first of all, if you're dating a Sagittarius, you're lucky as hell, because they are the type that they take freedom so seriously. They love their freedom so much that commitment kind of like scares them, because once they get committed to you, like they go all in. Like they can't half-ass anything. Like they go all in, or they're just gonna be single and just like live life. So commitment kind of scares them, because they know this about themselves. Like once I commit to somebody, I know I'm about to be like hella into that person. So it's very hard to try and like tie down a Sagittarius. It's very hard to tie down a Sagittarius. Like they're all about freedom, just how they're ruled by the planet Jupiter, expansion, freedom, the arrow, which is like when it's pointing and it goes, the arrow just shoots. You can't stop an arrow before it hits where it goes. Like they're all about just freedom and expansion and adventure and traveling and higher knowledge. So it's very hard to like tie one down. Just like look at like when somebody's riding a horse. It's kind of hard to like get that person off the horse without the horse kicking you, and like, so they're very kind of unreachable when it comes to like trying to get them in a relationship. But if you do, know that you are very lucky, first of all, because they don't do that a lot. Like they don't just date anybody. And secondly, like when they're committed to you, they're gonna want to make your life better in a way by them telling you the shit you have to know. So them being brutally honest, like it might hurt you if, like, you gotta be strong. You gotta be a strong person to date these people, because they don't really like think about the way things will make you feel when they say shit. They just feel like it's the truth, and they're all about the truth. And the truth hurts. Like motherfuckers say the truth hurts. Truth definitely hurts, but they're the ones that'll just tell you straight up, be blunt with it. Like, listen, yada yada yada, this is what you're doing, this is how it is. So be prepared for them to be very like brutally honest. I'm gonna keep stressing that. Don't say I didn't tell y'all this. Like they're gonna be very brutally honest. But if you look at it from a standpoint of them helping you, so understand that they're very brutally honest. I'm gonna keep that in mind. So when they're dating you, because like they go all in when they're dating somebody and they take commitment very seriously, when they finally like decide to commit to somebody, they have like very high expectations for you, because when they're dating you, they're so giving. Like they're very giving. Jupiter, the planet Jupiter, is all about just giving also. Like it's like having a lot of things and giving it and receiving. Like that's why they're very lucky. Like karma is very good for them, because like they give a lot of themselves, a lot of resources to people, and they get it like it comes all around. Karma for them is like, it's all about expansion, giving, learning, and all that. So they have high expectations for you, because when they're dating you, they will do a lot for you. Like they show you they love you through their actions. Like they will do a lot for you, so they'll expect you to do the same thing, and if they don't, they kind of have like idealistic mind of like a perfect partner kind of thing. So if they don't, it's kind of disappointing to them, because they themselves put you on such a, like, they themselves did so much work, they themselves did so much or do so much for you, that you, if you don't reciprocate that back, it's like they get disappointed. So understand that you have to, like, don't take their actions, like, pay very close attention to their actions, like what they do, and don't take that for granted, and try to reciprocate back what they do for you, because like I said, they don't do relationships like that because they love their freedom. So if they're in a relationship, you're very lucky. So if you're in a relationship with one, do not try to tie them down even more. Understand how hard it is for them to even be in a relationship. So don't try to take away their freedom even more by, like, where you going, what you doing, what's going on. Like, don't try to, like, tie them down. Like, listen, if they're in a relationship with you, that means that you got it, like, you're set. So there's no need for you to try to even take more of their freedom, because commitment or restrictions is something that's not good for them. It's also very similar to the Aquarius when I get there. Like, those two signs, like, they love their freedom. So you cannot, I'm gonna stress that enough, you cannot take away the freedom of a Sagittarius. It's just not a good look. So most Sagittarius people are very wise too, like, because what they take all the experiences they learn in life, and they remember all the small things too. Like, they're very optimistic about life, and they look at everything as things could get better, depending, no matter how bad the situation is right now, things will always get better. They're always focused on that goal, like the arrow. They're always, like, willing to go where they gotta go. They're very optimistic. So some downfalls for people like this is, like, they could really be into gambling like that, because they're like, I'm gonna win this time. Like, they could be really, like, big gamblers too, low key. But they also bet on themselves. Like, they're really confident in themselves. So I say they'll bet on themselves. Like, they're always gonna say, like, all right, no matter what, I'm gonna get where I need to go. I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna do that. And they're gonna do it because they have all the confidence and drive to get there, plus the energy from the planet Jupiter to help them and guide them to get there, that kind of thing. And plus, they're very, very smart, because they actually seek knowledge. So all that tied together, this makes them, like, a very smart, driven person, basically, that always gets their goals and gets what they want. Always gets what they want. Some negatives for dating a Sagittarius, though, is, like, they could be bossy, low key. They could be possessive sometimes, but they could be bossy, and they're bossy only because they like to believe, like, in a relationship, I'm talking about the Sagittarius woman, the relationship should be like, it shouldn't be like the man should overpower the woman, or the woman should overpower the man. They kind of make it look like it's even, like it's both people in a relationship together. There's no power trip. So for men, it's kind of hard when you like, your woman is kind of like trying to be equal to you, and you trying to find somebody that's submissive kind of thing. They're not really submissive like that. So it could be difficult if you're the type of man that likes a submissive type female, because Sagittarius will not be submissive. They'll tell you straight up if you fucking up or not. And they're kind of like the best friend that turns into a relationship kind of thing. Like, kind of like the tomboy that's your girl. Like, you could bring your Sagittarius girl around your homies, and she'll, like, try to fit in with them and be friends with them and be cool with them. You won't have to worry about nothing, like, no crazy shit, because, like, she wants to generally, like, she just wants to be, like, she want to be, like, one of the homies, want to be, like, your home girl, wants to be your friend. So understand that sometimes she can be bossy, but it's only bossy because she's trying to, like, also exert herself the same way that a man would exert himself in a relationship. So it's like equal, it's even for those two. She looks at relationships as it's equal, two people living life together. It's not one person dominating the other person. Keep that in mind too, which is why you cannot try to take her freedom away, because she's like, I'm not trying to do that to you, so why are you trying to do that to me? So don't try to take their freedom away, and try to understand that relationships are equal for them. They, like, want the best friend type relationships that turn into, like, a long-term relationship. They want the best friend, homegirl, homeboy relationship. So be friends with them first, and then that would turn into, like, because they're gonna be very they'll be overthinking a lot about if they want to commit or not. But if y'all friends and y'all cool, like, it'll be easier for her to, like, you know, to move into that kind of state. That's basically the Sagittarius for right now. So on my next video, I'm about to go on to Capricorn, and then Aquarius and Pisces, and I'm gonna finally finish the first part of my series, and then I'm gonna make the part 2. I'm gonna make the video shorter next time though, because like my peep these videos are kind of long, and I know the attention span for humans, the attention span is like average 20 minutes. So I'm about to, like, you gonna see the progress on this channel basically. So appreciate y'all for watching. Again, this is my channel, Astro Finesse. It's your boy Lil Finesse, the Jiggy Hippie. I'ma see y'all when I see y'all. Y'all be safe out there. Peace.